But if you think about it, compassion, communication, and clarity gets you a commitment from someone else. So tying that in is we got to understand the blueprint of the other individuals. Okay. So here's a good example. This property I have the privilege of working on because they bought a really good deal. Okay. They bought it under value. They had enough spread, but there's some things that happen with that. What are some challenges that are happening in today's market? Let's pick Marilee. I love that name, Marilee. What is one challenge that's currently happening in today's market?
Well, I'm not sure if you're looking for a specific answer, but right now there is such limited inventory in under certain price ranges that it makes it extremely difficult for qualified buyers to find a property that they can move into. And so it's driving the supply and demand is driving the price of property up, and it's making it extremely competitive.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. Would you agree, Marilee, it's all based on our perspective?
Yes.
Okay, so if I own 100 rentals, which right now I own 95, I've sold a bunch this year.
I'm
Don't
jealous.
you think I'm in a really good spot because I own a bunch of rentals in Utah?
Yes.
Okay, let's flip the coin. Let's say I have a bunch of rentals in Chicago, Illinois, which is one of the most liberal counties in the United States. And you have rent control and you're not able to collect rent, and you've not collected rent in 7 months after the government issued the PPP money and the CDC said you don't have to pay rent any longer. Do you think those landlords are motivated to sell?
Yes.
Good. So it's all based on perspective. If you guys want to write that down, everything is perspective. We can focus on what we have or what we don't have.
Mm-hmm.
We can focus on what we want or what we don't want. We can focus on the past, the present, or the future. So let me give this example. Thanks for sharing, Marilee. So in this example, the real estate investor that I'm partnering with, here's what they did well. They bought a property with equity. They bought a property that needed some improvements, and they bought a property to flip. Well, what happened in the last 12 months? Sometimes we take on projects that are overwhelming, right? Sometimes contractors, what's happening in our contracting market? There's a shortage of contractors just due to work, right? There's a shortage of contractors. So that just means we're paying more. What's happening with materials? They're going up. So our profit margins are going down. Well, what happens if you get caught with permits? That's going to slow the process, right? What happens if you get caught with permits? What happens if you get sick with COVID and you have unemployment? There's a lot of different things that have happened this year, right? So here's what's cool that's happened with this scenario. I'm partnering with this individual to finish the project. What can I bring to the table? I have capital, I have experience, and I have a crew. You guys want to write that down? So when you're considering partnerships, you might want to figure out from the seller, what does the seller need? If you can solve 3 challenges from the seller, they're going to consider your offer. So Troy, as I'm sharing this, he's kicked back thinking, the partner needed capital, the partner needed experience, and the partner needed the crew done in a timely fashion, right? So because there's a need from that partner, then you can solve a problem, right? So what did I do? I negotiated with the partner, help them finishing the project. They'll get their couple bucks. I'll make a couple bucks. We'll go on our merry way and take that as a learning experience. So action item number 1, the address to this property. I'm going to give you every address. For those of you guys that are realtors, I want you to comp out this property, okay? The address is 1871 East, 3900 South. 1871 East, 3900 South. Just comp it out so you guys can learn from the experiences. Because the more that we can learn from other people's successes and learning experiences, you guys will make a lot of money.